you actually encourage people to do different practices, to calm themselves, to quiet themselves. You give pointers on what to do. You even give a song playlist for them to play with. Why was that so important? And why is it so important for us to have something like that as we try to quiet ourselves to actually communicate with God in relationship?
Well, in its simplest form, I believe the Lord wants a connection on all levels with us. And if our body is working against that connection, it's good to be still so we can know he's God. Some of us don't realize how unstill we are. So quieting and trying to calm our nervous system and catch our breath accomplishes a lot. The really sweet thing that I love that I've learned through all of the research is that joy and peace are separate facets of the same thing. They both reside in the same place in our brain. And to me, that's just a perfect picture of shalom. And that's where God wants to meet us, is in that wholeness. It is in us. The Spirit of God is in us, and that shalom is in us. His presence is in us. So we just blow by that being. So that would be one aspect. Formation too, spiritual formation. There's a lot of opportunity to be quiet. And Dallas used to talk about silence and solitude being paramount to our walk with him, with Jesus. So it is important to just have margin. But this whole book, I don't say it this way, but it is modeled after the Emmanuel lifestyle. It's modeled after the different levels of our brain. So if you follow these practices at the end of the chapter and you follow the progression of the chapters, you're working your way up through the different levels of the brain and repeating the skills that it requires when you're out of peace, you're out of joy, you're in some sort of fear state. These are to bring you back to joy. Like Chris Corsi writes about the joy switch. Mm-hmm. Mine is much simpler. Again, we're talking about this stuff for dummies like me who just want to find an ease and a rhythm to a creative life with God and invite other people. This is simple stuff. Get present, get quiet, get aware, connect, attach to God and other people. We can't know ourselves. This is another facet. We can't know ourselves. We don't have an identity unless we receive our identity from who God says we are, and then it's reflected in the eyes of others. There's all kinds of brain science on where our identity is formed, but it cannot be formed apart from community. There's just no way.